After 60, your body doesn't need more rest. It needs the right kind of daily movement. And the reason Japanese elders stay strong isn't extreme workouts. It's 5 simple movements they repeat every day to protect joints, keep balance, and stay independent. Think of this as a tiny daily routine that keeps your hips, knees, spine, and feet working the way they were designed to. Because if those systems stay online, you can walk farther, climb stairs with confidence, and get up from the floor without fear. In many long-living communities in Japan, movement is built into normal life, and it's gentle but consistent, which is exactly what most people over 60 actually need. Low-impact patterns that maintain range of motion. Wake up the stabilizers and keep circulation moving. The best part is you don't need equipment, special clothes, or a gym. And you can do these at home in a small space in about 10 minutes. Quick note before we start. Move slowly, breathe normally, and keep the effort at a comfortable level. You should feel warmth and control, not sharp pain. If you use a chair for support, that's smart, not weak. And if you have severe dizziness, chest pain, or recent surgery, follow your clinician's guidance. Now, movement 1 is the ankle and toe wake up, because feet are your foundation and weak ankles are a huge reason falls happen. Stand behind a chair, hold lightly, rise up onto your toes for a second. Then lower with control, and after a few reps, rock back onto your heels to lift the toes, then do slow ankle circles each direction, like you're drawing a calm circle with your big toe. Movement 2 is the hip hinge practice, which teaches your body the safest way to bend, pick things up, and protect your back. Stand tall, soften the knees, push your hips back like you're closing a car door with your hips. Keep your spine long, then return to tall, and you'll feel the work in the hips and hamstrings, not the lower back. Movement 3 is the supported single leg balance, because balance is a skill you can train daily. Stand by the chair, shift weight onto one leg. Lift the other foot just an inch off the floor. Stay tall, eyes forward, breathe, then switch. And over time, you'll need less hand support, which translates directly to fewer stumbles in real life. Movement 4 is the spine twist and reach, a gentle mobility move that keeps your upper back and shoulders moving so daily tasks feel easy. Sit or stand, bring arms in front. Rotate your rib cage to one side as if you're looking over your shoulder. Then return and reach the arms forward and slightly up, like you're opening the chest, and repeat to the other side. Movement 5 is the sit to stand, the king of independence. Because if you can stand up smoothly, you're training legs, hips, and core together. Sit on a sturdy chair, feet under knees, lean forward slightly. Press through the whole foot, stand tall. Then sit back slowly without dropping. And if it's hard, start with a higher seat or use hands lightly and gradually reduce help. Do these 5 every day, and you're not just exercising, you're teaching your body to stay stable, mobile, and confident. And that's why so many Japanese elders look effortless when they walk, garden, or carry groceries. They've practiced the basics for years. In a minute, I'll show you the exact mini routine order, how many reps to do, and the 2 biggest mistakes that make these movements less effective. Plus a quick progression so you keep improving without ever pushing too hard. Here's the exact daily mini routine you can follow. And I'll keep it simple. Do the movements in this order. Ankles and toes first, then hip hinge, then balance. Then twist and reach, and finish with sit to stand. Because this sequence warms up your joints, turns on your posture muscles, and ends with the strength move that matters most for real life. For the ankle and toe wake up, aim for 8 to 12 slow calf raises, then 8 to 12 toe lifts, then 5 gentle ankle circles each direction per foot. Go slow on the lowering part, because control is what trains stability. For the hip hinge, do 8 to 10 reps, and the key cue is hips back, chest proud. with your weight evenly across the foot, not all in the toes. If you feel it in the lower back, reduce the range and make the hinge smaller until it's comfortable. For supported single-leg balance, start with 10 to 20 seconds per side, and if that feels easy, don't jump to doing it with no support right away. Instead, lighten your fingertips on the chair like you're barely touching it, then gradually hover your hand. Another safe upgrade is to turn your head slowly left and right while balancing, because real-life balance includes head movement. For the spine twist and reach, do 5 to 8 slow turns per side. And breathe out as you rotate. Breathe in as you come back. Because breath keeps the movement smooth and reduces tension in the neck and shoulders. For sit to stand, do 6 to 10 controlled reps, and make it your quality test. If you can stand without using your hands and sit down quietly without plopping, your legs are doing their job. If you need hands, use them, but try to push more through your legs each week, even if it's just 1 rep with less help. Now, let's talk about the 2 biggest mistakes that make these movements less effective, because fixing these is what makes the routine feel easier and safer within days. Mistake number 1 is rushing, especially on the easy parts like calf raises and sit to stand. Fast reps train momentum, but slow reps train control, and control is what prevents falls and protects joints. So the rule is simple. Move at a pace where you could stop at any point and still be stable. Mistake number 2 is letting posture collapse, because many people over 60 unknowingly train the exact pattern they're trying to escape. Shoulders forward, chest down, and knees calving inward. For every movement in this routine, keep a tall spine, relaxed shoulders, and knees tracking in the same direction as your toes. And if you notice your knees collapsing, and sit to stand. Place a small pillow or rolled towel between your knees and gently squeeze it to keep alignment. If you want results you can feel. Here are 3 quick signals to watch for in the first 2 weeks. You feel steadier when you turn or step sideways. You get up from a chair with less effort. And your ankles and feet feel more alive instead of stiff, especially in the morning. And if you're thinking, this seems too simple, remember, the goal is not to exhaust you. It's to keep your movement library sharp, because aging often isn't a sudden breakdown. It's the slow loss of patterns you stopped practicing. Now, here's a safe progression plan that Japanese elders naturally follow without calling it a program. Week 1. Do everything with support and smaller ranges. Week 2. Add a little time to balance. Add 1 or 2 reps to sit to stand. And make the hip hinge slightly deeper if it feels good. Week 3 and beyond, keep the routine daily, but pick only one thing to level up at a time. Either longer balance holds, slower sit to stands, or deeper and smoother hinges, because small progress beats big strain. If you have knee pain, keep sit to stand higher and focus on a slow sit down. That eccentric control often feels better than forcing deep knee bends. If you have low back tightness, make the hinge tiny and prioritize the twist and reach to restore comfort. And if you feel unsteady, do the routine near a countertop so you can hold with both hands, because safety always comes first. Next, I'm going to show you how to Japanese style this routine into daily life so it becomes automatic. Plus the one bonus movement that many elders do without realizing it's the secret weapon for hips and circulation. And I'll give you an easy 60-second test. You can use every month to track whether you're getting stronger or slipping, to make this routine stick the way it does for so many Japanese elders. You don't treat it like a workout you have to find motivation for. You attach it to things you already do every day so it becomes automatic, almost like brushing your teeth. The easiest method is what I call the 3 anchors. 1 movement when you wake up, 1 movement while you wait for something, and 1 movement before you sit down for the evening. For example, right after you wash your face or make your first cup of tea. Do the ankle and toe wake up at the kitchen counter, Because feet and ankles are stiffest after sleep, and warming them up first makes your whole body feel younger within minutes. Then, while you wait for the kettle, microwave, or coffee to brew, do your hip hinges, just a small set. Because that's when you're already standing and you're not stealing time from your day. Later, during the day, every time you pass a sturdy chair, do one short balance hold on each side, even just 10 seconds. Because repeated practice is how balance improves fastest. And you'll notice that the nervous system learns it like a skill, not like a muscle. Finally, before your evening sit-down, do your sit-to-stands and finish with a twist and reach to relax the spine and shoulders. And that's it. You've spread the routine into tiny pieces so it never feels like a big task. But the total volume adds up in a powerful way. Now, here's the bonus movement that's incredibly common in Japanese daily life, and it's quietly one of the best. Things you can do for hips, knees, circulation, and digestion. Gentle deep squat preparation. Not a full deep squat if you can't do it, but a safe practice of the position. In Japan, many people spend time closer to the floor. They kneel, squat briefly, sit on low surfaces, and that keeps hip and ankle mobility from disappearing. You don't need to copy the lifestyle, you just need to train the pathway. Stand at a countertop, hold on with both hands. Place your feet a little wider than hips with toes slightly out. And bend your knees only as far as comfortable while keeping heels down if you can. Then come back up and do 5 slow reps. Over time, you may be able to go a little lower, but the goal is not depth. The goal is keeping the hips and ankles open and teaching the knees to track smoothly. If heels lift, that's okay. Just keep it small and focus on control. And if you have significant knee issues, skip this and keep building strength with sit-to-stand first. This single bonus movement is like lubrication for the lower body, and when combined with daily ankle work, many people notice less stiffness in the morning and easier walking within a couple of weeks. Now, let's make this even more practical with a no-guessing plan for how hard to push. Use the talk test and the joint test. The talk test means you should always be able to speak a full sentence while doing these movements, because we're training quality and consistency, not exhaustion. The joint test means discomfort in muscles is okay, but sharp joint pain is a stop signal. If a movement causes sharp pain, shorten the range, slow down, or swap it for a gentler option, because pain teaches the body to guard, and that's the opposite of what we want. A lot of people over 60 also ask, how do I know this is working if it's so gentle? So here are 3 clear measurements that don't require any fancy equipment. First is the 30-second sit-to-stand test. Once a month, sit in the same chair. Set a timer for 30 seconds and count how many controlled stands you can do while staying safe. If the number goes up over time, your functional strength is improving. Second is the single leg balance time. Time how long you can hold each side with just one fingertip on the chair. Not full grip, because that tests real control. Even a 5-second improvement is meaningful. Third is walking confidence. Choose a small route in your home or outside, like a loop around the block or to the mailbox, and note how you feel, not just speed, but how steady your steps feel and whether you're less cautious turning your head or stepping over cracks. These small tests matter because independence is not an abstract idea. It's the ability to stand, step, turn, and recover balance without fear. Now, let's talk about the common problem that stops seniors from being consistent: flare-ups and bad days. Japanese elders who stay active don't avoid bad days. They adapt on bad days. If you wake up stiff, you don't skip everything. You do the ankle and toe, wake up, and the twist and reach only, and you call that a win. If you feel low energy, you do 1 set of each movement instead of 2. If you feel unsteady, you do the whole routine holding the countertop with both hands, slower than usual. This mindset is the real secret. Never break the chain. Just adjust the intensity, because consistency beats perfection every time. Another huge piece of the Japan longevity movement puzzle is walking. But not the power walk until you're exhausted type. It's short, frequent, comfortable walking after meals. If you want to add one habit that multiplies the effects of these 5 movements, add a 5 to 10 minute easy walk after your largest meal, especially dinner, because it helps circulation, joint lubrication, mood, and for many people, it improves blood sugar control. If you can't walk outside, walk around your home, up and down the hallway, or even march gently in place while holding the back of a chair. And here's a simple rule. If you can do the routine daily, your walking becomes easier. If you add even a little walking, your routine becomes easier. They support each other like a loop. Next, we need to address something nobody likes to talk about, but it's the reason many seniors stop moving: fear of falling. The goal of this routine is not just strength, it's confidence, because fear makes your steps smaller, your posture tighter, your breathing shallow, and that actually increases fall risk. So I want you to pair this routine with one tiny confidence habit. Practice safe stepping. Stand at the counter. Step forward and back with one foot 10 times, then the other foot 10 times. Then step to the side 10 times each direction, all slow and controlled. This trains your brain to place the foot accurately and teaches your hips to stabilize. And it's exactly the kind of simple movement that shows up in daily life when you step off a curb, turn in a hallway, or avoid an obstacle. If you want, you can replace the bonus squat prep with safe stepping on days you feel unsteady. And it's still a perfect routine. And finally, let's make sure you're doing these movements with the right form cues so you stay safe. Keep your eyes on the horizon, not down at your feet, because looking down pulls you forward and makes balance harder. Keep your ribs stacked over your hips, not flared up and not slumped down. Keep your breathing steady, and if you catch yourself holding your breath, slow down immediately. In the last part of this video, I'm going to give you a ready-to-follow 7-day starter schedule that blends the 5 movements, the bonus movement, and optional walking in a way that feels doable. Plus, I'll share quick modifications for arthritis, high blood pressure, and back sensitivity, so you can personalize this without guessing and without risking injury. Here's your ready-to-follow 7-day starter schedule. And the goal is not to push, it's to build a rhythm your body starts to expect. Because once movement is a daily expectation, stiffness and weakness stop creeping in. Day 1 and Day 2 are about learning the patterns. Do 1 round of the 5 movements. Ankles and toes for 6 to 10 reps each. Hip hinge for 6 to 8 reps. Balance for 10 seconds per side. Twist and reach for 5 per side. Sit to stand for 5 to 8 reps. And finish with a 3 to 5 minute easy walk, even if it's just inside your home. Day 3 is a repeat and refine day. Do the same routine, but slower, and focus on the quiet parts. Controlled lowering on calf raises and a silent sit down in the chair, because those are the exact skills that protect your joints. Day 4 is your balance boost. Keep everything the same, but add safe stepping at the counter, forward and back, and side to side. 10 steps each direction, because stepping practice is real-life balance. Day 5 is your mobility and posture day. Keep the ankle work and sit to stand, but add an extra set of twist and reach, and after that, do a gentle shoulder blade squeeze. Standing tall and pulling shoulders back and down for 8 slow reps, because posture changes how you breathe and how stable you feel when you walk. Day 6 is your strong legs day. Keep the routine, but add 1 more sit to stand rep than usual. And if it feels good, pause for 1 second at the top of each stand with your glutes gently tight and your chest tall, because that pause trains stability. Day 7 is your recovery rhythm day. Do only ankles, twist and reach, and a short walk, and you've still protected the chain. Because recovery days that include movement are what keep you consistent for months and years. After this first week, you simply repeat the cycle. And each week, you only upgrade one small thing: a few more seconds of balance, a slightly slower sit to stand, or one extra rep. Because that's how you improve without flare-ups. Now, let's personalize this for the most common issues over 60 so you're not guessing. If you have arthritis in the knees, prioritize warmth and range. Do the ankle and toe wake up a little longer. Keep sit to stand from a higher chair and focus on the slow, controlled sitting down, because that often feels better than deep bending. Avoid forcing depth and use pain as information, not a challenge. If you have hip stiffness, don't stretch aggressively. Instead, do more hip hinge reps with a small range and add the bonus squat preparation only if it feels comfortable, because gentle repeated motion usually loosens hips better than hard stretching. If you have low back sensitivity, make the hinge smaller. Keep your hands on your hips and think hips back, spine long, and put extra attention on the twist and reach with a tiny rotation, because the goal is motion without strain. If you have high blood pressure, avoid breath holding and straining. Keep your breathing smooth. Avoid pushing hard out of a chair, and don't do long holds that make you tense. Slow, steady reps are your best friend. If you get dizzy sometimes, do the routine seated for the upper body parts and keep balance work only with solid support. And stand up slowly, because quick position changes can trigger dizziness in some people, especially if hydration is low or medications affect blood pressure. And if you use a cane or walker, that does not disqualify you from improving. It actually makes training safer. Do these movements holding a countertop with both hands and focus on control. And over time, you may find you rely less on support for short moments, which is a huge win. Now, let's talk about the minimum effective dose, because this is what keeps you consistent when life gets busy. If you only have 2 minutes, do sit to stand for 5 reps, then ankle circles and calf raises for a few reps, and you've covered strength and balance foundations. If you only have 1 minute, do a balance hold each side while holding the counter lightly, then 3 slow breaths with a tall posture, because even that trains the nervous system to stay steady. This is exactly how many Japanese elders stay active for decades. They don't wait for a perfect schedule. They do small movement snacks all day long. And here's your safety checklist to keep you confident. Use stable shoes or bare feet on a non-slip surface. Keep a chair or counter within reach. Stop if you feel sharp pain, chest pressure, or unusual shortness of breath. And remember that soreness in muscles is normal when you're waking up dormant areas. But joint pain is a signal to reduce range or use support. If you want one extra habit that makes this routine feel twice as good, add hydration and warmth. A glass of water in the morning and a warm shower or warm compress on stiff joints before your routine can make movement easier, especially in cold weather. Also, if you tend to feel stiff after sitting, do a 2-minute reset every hour. Stand up, do 5 calf raises, 5 hip hinges, and 1 twist each side, and sit back down. Because prolonged sitting turns off glutes and stiffens hips, and those resets undo it. Now, let me be very clear about what you should expect if you actually do this daily in the first 7 to 10 days. You usually feel less morning stiffness. Your feet and ankles feel more responsive. And you notice turning and stepping feels steadier. By week 3 to 4, most people feel sit to stand is easier. Walking feels smoother, and balance holds last longer. By 2 to 3 months, this routine becomes part of you. And that's when people say, "I just feel younger." Not because aging stopped, but because the body is moving like it's supposed to. The biggest mistake you can make is doing this hard for a week and then quitting. So keep it gentle, keep it daily, and let time do the heavy lifting. If you want, comment daily 5 and I'll reply with a simple printable checklist you can save. And tell me your age range and your biggest challenge: knees, balance, hips, or back. And I'll tell you which movement to prioritize first. And if this helped you, like the video, subscribe for more senior health tips, and share this with a friend or family member over 60. Because staying independent is one of the most important gifts you can give yourself. And it starts with a few minutes of the right movements every single day.